do I say it? Is June? Is she thriving?
I would say no, but I always say I would. I'm not.
Damn it,
So
June. I think she is.
we're getting there.
Is she thriving more than she was a year ago?
Oh,
Yes.
doop 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 boop boop.
I need to be really mindful that people are actually going to be like watching this.
I know we have to be on our best behavior. I think
I
that
don't know what that means.
I think it just means we'll not sit here and like.
But what if I want to?
Okay, do it. But
Just
you're
kidding.
on screen. But you're being watched. So it's up to you.
Oh no.
Well, do you want to intro us?
Oh sure.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
Okay. Hi everybody. Oh, and
I'm probably gonna look at the camera.
You are gonna look at the camera?
Talking to our audience now.
So like we can wave now and like
I mean, you can do it like however feels like. You don't have to do it fakey, like whatever feels right, you know?
Okay.
Like I'll probably do some like fourth wall, you know, like type.
Bitch.
Exactly. Literally that. Literally.
Okay. All right. Hey everybody. Welcome back. We can you can see us. How's that feel? So
Wild.
that's gonna take some getting used to, but hello. We're back.
We're back. Guess who's back? Back
Again.
Shelby and June are back. Tell a friend.
Guess who's back?
Okay.
Guess who's back?
But really, we're back. We know
We
you've
are
been waiting.
Back and better than ever.
Better than ever.
It's been so long. We've missed you so much.
And what's today, Shelby?
Today is our birthday.
Woo!
Okay, everybody on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to
you.
us. The pod.
The pod on the same page.
Happy birthday to the pod.
Happy birthday to on the same page.
On the same page.
Happy
birthday to us. Woo!
Woo, 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 woo. It is our 1-year birthday.
And we're back on our birthday. And that's why we came prepared.
Yes. I have balloons up and now they're gone.
I have 1 balloon. She came way more prepared than me.
I even got party hats.
Ooh!
But anyway,
oh my God.
Welcome back to our Thoughtfully Chaotic podcast where we have boundless conversations. I'm Shelby.
I'm June.
And we're on the same
page.
Woo! I wonder
Oh my God.
I wonder
That's
what the lag's going to be like, if it's going to be like Zoom or not.
So far, it sounds decent on my end. Like better than normal.
Okay. That's good.
How do you feel?
You're definitely behind me, but that's all right. That's how it was with Zoom.
And half that's just me being slow.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say it.
Half real lag, half June lag.
Oh, well.
Oh my God.
As you can guess, we have some changes. Ain't that right?
You can't tell. Although, I mean, some people are probably still listening on audio. But like...
That's fine.
Go look at your phone. We're on video too.
Yeah, you can watch us both, or you can listen to us both on video and on audio. And what else, June?
Video, audio. Is this a joke?
Where else will you be able to go?
YouTube.
YouTube. And you said
Oh,
that
you
not
say
in your
video.
mic.
YouTube.
YouTube.
We're getting used to new equipment, guys.
Yeah,
Cut
we
us some
have
slack.
handheld mics now, so we're gonna see how that goes.
And you tell us what they do or don't look like. Up to you all.
Because Dylan said they look like something.
I'm sure you can guess.
And they're heavy as fuck. I'm gonna say that right now. They are so fucking heavy. I feel like after we're done recording, my left hand is gonna be so strong. And not for the reason you think.
That's fair. I'm actually resting my whole arm on my leg, so this like,
mine's
works
like
a lot
resting like on my whole body.
You're like,
I'm like on my tit.
oh my god. Well, at least you'll be able to credit the pod when you have some buff freaking arms in the future. So
very true. I will say having a can't move neck is not great to be holding this today, but that's okay. It's all right.
Good way to start our rebirth of the pod with a broken neck.
I love that for me.
Well, yeah, let's talk about like our rebirth. Oh my god. So we like teased, we hinted. Some of you probably thought we were never coming back when we did that, but we are back. And we're here and we're ready to like it's a whole new year of the pod. This marks one full year. The pod came out
with us.
The day this comes out will be 1 year of the podcast. So we have like new ideas, we have new places we want to take this. We have new
setups.
Yes. Oh my god. Look at us.
Mine's not quite there yet.
I mean, it's cute. I mean, but it's really cute for today, especially.
Oh, thanks.
It's
luckily really we had this theme planned, or else this would be a blank white wall behind me. But I promise it's gonna be more aesthetic. I just have to get some more stuff. But I'm a broke ass bitch, so it'll get there. But I did get like a whole ass desk and
insert photo
here. And we got new mics and like all that kind of stuff. So it'll get there.
Oh yeah, one thing at a time, girl.
Yeah,
baby
June
steps.
Looks great.
Well,
she fucking painted her whole wall.
Well, okay, yeah. So pod, I've been wanting to paint down here since we moved in, which is 2 years now. Been over 2 years. But it's a pretty big room and there's a lot of like shit to maneuver around, and like when the fuck would we have time to paint this, so like we never did, and we're not planning to anytime soon. And I was like, I cannot do this revamp of the pod without a better like wall color, because this used to be red, this was like weird beige,
like dark
and
red.
Then dark red, like not cute. And I'm not a red girly, like that's not my color. So it just wasn't for me. And so yeah, like I was inspired to do what was needed. May or may not have painted the whole room, but we're trying out a new like productivity thing where I don't put a bunch of pressure on myself to do something perfectly like on the freaking second. And I knew that if we tried to do this whole space at one time, it would take a whole weekend at least. And that would be me and Nathan like both available a whole weekend. When does that happen?
Never.
Seriously, never. No. Especially like this summer's been fucking wild. So I literally did it like half wall by half wall, like on evenings, like after work, like when I had chunks of time. And so it looked a little wild for a minute, and like we still haven't put together like that half the wall, but
it looks great.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah. I love it.
All we needed, and I got a balloon. So so I did my part. I love that it was my idea, audience, to make this like birthday themed. And I told Shelby that, she was like half asleep when I told her. I didn't even think she cared.
Like hilarious.
She literally didn't seem interested. Like she was like, "What?" Like, I was like, "Oh, sorry for the worst idea I've ever had. My bad."
And then I will say, because I was asleep, I thought she was saying to make the new revamp of the pod birthday themed, and I just didn't get it.
Because she was delirious.
I was out of it. I didn't have my deck yet that day.
And to be fair, I never said like I wanted to go get a bunch of stuff, but I didn't think she was that in. I was like, I'll look around for like a few things. Like I'm sure I got some things. She texted me this morning, like an hour before I think we were going to get started. And she was like, "Did you really get any balloons?" Like that's how I was reading it. "Did you really get any?" Like as if you didn't get a single thing. Like that's how I read it. I was like, "Oh my god, no, like you didn't need to do that. It's fine. Like I don't have shit. You're good." And then she was like, "Oh, well, I got all sorts of stuff." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like now you're showing me up. So that's how her birthday banner
I just happened to go to Walgreens and they had this whole like very small section that just happened to have all this stuff, and I was like, "Oh shit, dope."
Oh shit, dope.
And they were all like $2, so I was like, "Why not?"
She's also like stressed about money, but then she was like, "I bought all this stuff." I was like, she didn't need to do that.
They were $2. I spent $8.
I didn't know it was $2.
You did. I texted you that.
No, before I had the thought. Gotcha. So it's all okay. I love your support for the pod, no matter how much you spend. Okay. Well, I wanted
have
to
balloons,
say,
but they fell down. Did I say that?
Well, we'll throw them at each other later or something.
Great. Love that.
Perfect.
One popped.
Oh, great. Well, Clyde hasn't got. Is this the time to wait? Okay, wait. Pause. That's a teaser. We're not ready for that.
Okay.
Teaser. Anyway, I wanted to say a quick little tangent of how this whole like getting ready for us to come back for the rebirth kind of went about, because we're real here. Do we need to re-say that? Do we have to retell them what we do here?
We shouldn't have to, but like maybe just in case there's like new people.
Right. Okay. You tell them. I don't know. I'm not good at that stuff. We gotta let you handle that.
So we're like really real here, okay? And
maybe too real.
We show up as we are, high energy, low energy. We make mistakes, and we fucking tell it how it is. And if you don't like that, you can disagree with us, but like be nice about it, because I'll cry. And
we don't want that.
Or I'll kill you. Those are the two options.
Whoa. Okay, bleep. We're gonna cut that.
I'm just kidding. For legal reasons, I'm just kidding. I would never do that.
Right. But we'll see. She comes through the fucking screen.
But no, like for real, like we get very deep and raw in here. We are stupid on here sometimes. We're like, silly, goofy. We like to just show you who we are. Like who we are. There's no like fake front. We're very like authentic to who we are and the conversations we have, and we're not doing anything like just for, I don't know, like views and for, clout as a young kid's. Exactly. If we were doing this for views, we would have stopped a long time ago. But
well, we started this. We should just like cover that really quick. Like we started this with the goal of just like we want to talk to our friend,
right? Like to each other.
And if a couple other people like join in and like join our community, and we can all like talk about cool shit together, like if even one person listens and enjoys this or gets anything from it, is now I know a goal of ours of us. So yeah, like we're here for each other, for ourselves, in the high times and the low times.
Yeah, and for anybody who wants to join us on that ride. I don't think there's ever been like a time. Oh,
because we're
on the same page.
There's that lag.
But I don't think there was ever like an episode where like we put it up and we're immediately like within the week like going on our like little dashboard and being like, oh my god, we have this many views, that's not a lot. Like we've never like once been like that. Like if anything, we're like, oh my god, 2 people listened.
Well,
and we're ecstatic.
The one you put out on my birthday, which was like the only time she like released the episode, just because that's my usual job. Weirdly, like I looked as like a treat on my birthday because I had nothing to do with the episode, and it had like a whole bunch. I was like, oh, a little birthday gift.
I love like that. And see, guess what? I couldn't tell you that had that any views at all. So
I'm the conceited one. Okay, got it. I'm just kidding. we found it. Anyway, okay. That's our little side note, our little tangent on who we are. If y'all forgot.
But hopefully you told a bunch of friends about it and they're just sitting waiting for this and now they know as well.
That'd be great. And if they're here, welcome.
Hello.
But yeah,
shout out to our UK audience and our Trinidad and Tobago audience and Mexico, and we actually have a decent Canadian following.
Okay.
Who else do we have? We have the Philippines. It must have been like the 2 times I said it while I was there.
They listened. They ran to their
people
phone.
Are like, okay, I hear you. I'm gonna go listen. Who else do we have? I don't want to leave anybody out. Kenya, Australia, Belgium is our new one.
Okay.
Yeah, so hello, welcome.
Well, now that we're on video format, imagine the realms will reach.
Yeah. Hopefully all the realms of the 7 kingdoms.
All the realms. Don't even bring up those 7 kingdoms. I'm mad
right now.
You what?
Me and Dylan are watching it right now.
Oh, we'll save that for
not the last season, but the season before the last one. 7
of Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot you hadn't watched it.
No,
I always block that from my memory. Okay, we'll have that fight later.
Why? We're watching it. We're almost done.
Okay, we won't fight. Okay. We'll cover topics like that in an upcoming segment. Teaser. Details to come. Teaser.
Was that a cute wink?
Do it again.
I didn't see it. I can't do it now. I can't do it on the spot.
Well, say something cute. Teaser. Okay, well, next time we'll catch it. Here, you want my interpretation of a cute wink?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I can't even do it.
Yikes. Big yikes.
Fucking bitch.
It was the trying to look at the screen and the camera.
That's bad. Okay.
Anyway.
What were we talking about? Okay, our rebirth. I was going to tell the story of how we've gotten here today.
Oh yeah.
So we obviously like took some time off, and obviously you guys know about that. You listened to episode 43 where we were announced that we were bouncing back better. That was the name of it, right?
Yeah.
I think so. So then we were like all like so prepared for the break. Like we were like, we're gonna kill it. Was that our first burp of the podcast?
Yeah.
Of the rebirth?
Yeah.
Wow,
okay. The pod is back.
The spirit of the pod has blessed us. So we were like, we're gonna like be productive and like start working on this now. And guess what we didn't do? that. Didn't do that at all. In hindsight, I think it was for the best.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree because I feel like we weren't. I feel like we were ready for the final product of it, like of doing the things, but I don't think we were ready to do the things. I think we both needed to kind of step away, honestly, from the pod, not for a lack of loving the pod or loving that we do this, but just for a break. I need a break. Um, so I don't think we were ready to do the things to get to this where we're at right now. And also, would that really be an on the same page podcast if we did everything right away?
No.
No.
We can say it together. No.
No.
Not at all. Well, and like I think that there's no way, like from my perspective, I know that you were like your working was different than normal, but for me, I would have never been able to do a lot of the summer stuff I did if we were still going like full throttle on the pod. And
I
I
totally
would have
agree. Yeah.
and then I would have had FOMO and about
Mhm.
summer because I'm such a summer girly. Like I want to be out getting sun
Mhm.
all the time if possible. That doesn't happen. So like as much as I can. And so yeah, like I wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the like spontaneous stuff I feel like I did this summer. And I also definitely like I think I was in a perpetual state of like putting off burnout.
Yeah.
And I needed to just stop for a
Yeah.
minute.
And like that's okay. And
Right.
we kept like I think because me and June, honestly, like once we took that break, I feel like at the beginning, like we barely talked to each other. Like we
Mhm.
like didn't really like reach out to each other a whole lot. Like we did occasionally of like, hey, miss you, but it wasn't like
Right.
like oh, have you been working on this for the pod or like oh, what are you doing? Like it wasn't like we usually do. And I think like I just think that was good for us because I do feel like although obviously we have like our friendship, duh. I do think like, our relationship has now like when at least for me sometimes like when we're talking, I automatically think about the podcast, which isn't a bad thing, but I still think that was like good for us to like even like step back
Mhm.
because I
Because
think
we would
even though
think
I
about
was
the podcast. You're right.
yeah. And
Mhm.
I think even though I was on summer and like had more time to like do stuff because I wasn't working, I do think I was able to mentally enjoy my summer more because I wasn't thinking, oh, like I need to make sure I carve out all this time to edit and like make sure like,
Mm.
it's all good or, the recording I feel like isn't really like doesn't I mean it's like an afternoon usually, so like I don't really
That's
think
the
about the
fun part.
recording much. Yeah, right. It's the editing part that I'm like, okay, well like if I have all these plans during the week, then I have to like, you know, make sure I still like
Like,
find
where do
time
I
to
make the
edit and I'm
time?
not gonna want to and um excuse me. It is nice I can pull this away when I need to burp. Anyway,
There you go.
and I told June because we kept where I was going with this, because of course can't just stay on the topic. Where I was going with this is when me and June did kind of start like reaching back out to kind of get the pod stuff going and stuff. I feel like we still weren't quite ready. We still were kind of
Yeah.
like because I was starting work again. I've been really stressed out about like some stuff, and then I feel like you're still working. You're still in your same like schedule and stuff. And I know you had some like not work things like going on too, and I feel like we still weren't ready, but it was like nice because we were of course on the same page about, well, we shouldn't be going into this unless we are 100% ready, or it's not going to be
Mhm.
the best it can be, which is what we want for ourselves and for our podcast and for you guys. And so we really just luckily, I mean, we got there like in the time we
Right.
wanted to, but even if we didn't, we were okay with that because I also didn't want to come into this stressed out about anything. Like I didn't want to come into this like with my everyday stressors and then be stressed about this, because then I feel like it wouldn't be fun and not the energy I want to go into this rebirth. So all that to say is I'm happy that we were giving ourselves grace. I'm happy that it ended up working in the timely fashion that we wanted, but I'm happy we were both okay and letting each other know it's okay, that if we're not there, that's okay, because it's our podcast and we'll
Right.
do what we want.
Well, and so then perfect transition, because the reason I wanted to bring this up is because like after that's perfect, because after we had already like figured out that we'd be recording today, which is like the last possible time we could be doing it to make the deadline, like realistically. So after we figure that out, and then we're like, okay, it's like chill time until then, which I like totally just chilled yesterday, which was great. I saw how we are like now basically like today and tomorrow, like for not when it's released, but for when we're recording, is a full moon. So I was like, did we really just like put it off until like it totally made sense to do it? So okay, because I follow enough like or different accounts that talk about this shit. So I saw this post and it's like describing this full moon that we're about to have. So the caption says, so it was for like August 19th. But it's so like
that's tomorrow for us.
It's literally almost 24 hours away exactly, because it's at like 2 p.m. 2 something p.m. is what I saw at least. So it's an Aquarius full moon, which I find interesting because your girl's an Aquarius. That's my sun sign. So it says the themes for this full moon is freedom, rebellion, revolution, sustainable living, connecting with your community, social events, new friendships, sharing stories, expressing yourself proudly, do something completely unexpected, creating plans for the future, letting your uniqueness shine, awakening on a collective level, and using technology to spread your message. And so then
I'm just saying that sounds like a podcast.
It's basically the description of our podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
We just steal it, plagiarize. So
for
then
legal
her
reasons, we are kidding.
We're kidding. One of these days we'll figure out how to wink. So then another piece of it said, this was like in the actual like post now, the Aquarius full moon just wants you to be authentic. It's time for change. It's time to free yourself of the need to fit in, free yourself of overconsumption, free yourself of judgment, free yourself of limiting beliefs and negative cycles. Focus on who it is that you want to be in this world. Let's unlearn and rebel against the conditioning in which you have been taught on who you should be. Let's just be who we are. And if that doesn't perfectly go with our podcast and what we're trying to do here and just this rebirth and like just timing of it, like when here we were like, we were trying to flow, and I think we did do that. Like, and look at how it just like all perfectly timed out. Yes. And I just was like, well, that's just like the proof that we did what we should have done. And it's nice to feel that instead of like feeling the not flow, like feeling resistance kind of. So it's feeling really good.
Yeah, like I came into this like only excited, only like, you know, I obviously knew with us completely redoing our setups and stuff that there was going to probably be some bumps and stuff, but like I still came into it like one expecting that, knowing that, and being like, you know what, we'll get it, it's fine, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I think I love that. I really resonate with that. Yes,
we're killing it.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Well, okay, should we let that be our transition into our catch-ups of like where we've been, our bad and goods, like for while we've been gone, or like for the summer?
Yeah.
You start.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless you don't want to.
No, I can. So are we doing good and bads first, or like where we've been first?
I feel like we can kind of wrap that all up together. Like start with your bads for like while you've been gone, or like the summer, and then that'll take us into the goods, if that works for you.
Yeah, sounds great. Okay. Jeez.
Jeez.
Excuse me.
Oops. That was fake.
I almost sound like a throw up. Okay, my bads in general or from the summer. Well, I'm fucking back at work. Does that count?
Boo.
I would say a bad for it's like all a bunch of little things. Like I wouldn't say I had like anything dramatically bad or anything that like but I definitely since switching my IUD I've definitely like been way more emotional and like everything sucks like moods and stuff like that, so like that's kind of been like a bummer. And like I have so okay actually like my bad, which is like something an ongoing theme for me and it always will be, like midsummer and then like a few weeks ago I was really like realizing how not even homesick I am. I don't want to be back in Indiana by any means, but like how I guess
Rude.
like people sick I am, like my people sick I am. And of course on TikTok, my guilty pleasure. Um, I there's this girl who does like these really like I think I sent it to you actually. Yeah,
Oh,
I did because you sent
the
me
sappy
crying.
one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, should I play it?
Sure.
Okay, just so people know what I'm
It'll
talking about.
synopsis it quicker.
Yeah, it will be because I'll just not shut up. That's also been a thing with me lately, and I don't know what's going on. I literally won't shut up.
Is it brain fog?
Probably. I don't know.
We'll get into it.
Okay. Okay.
Topic for
Okay.
next week, maybe.
Oh my god. Are
Because I
you
was
saying
just
there's
talking to
something
somebody
wrong
about
with
that.
me?
Probably.
Oh god.
And me and everybody else too.
That's why I won't shut up.
Probably.
Oh, okay. Anyway, there's this girl on TikTok who does these like, she gets like all close to the microphone and like, just
Oh,
like
ASMR.
kind
We can do
of.
ASMR so good now.
We can. I don't know if
Wow.
the people love will hate that.
Get ready. They're gonna love it. They don't know what they want.
But she essentially does these videos of like talking about a certain topic, almost like in a poetic form that really like can resonate with people. So okay, I'm gonna play it. Are we ready?
We're ready.
So this really hit me really hard and I had like a meltdown about it. Okay, here we go.
I didn't know that being a long distance friend was going to be this hard. I said goodbye to the people I love the most and moved to another time zone, and now everything we do is divided by just a couple of hours and a couple thousand miles, but it feels like more than that. Because before it was just literal distance, and now it's figurative too. Now we're divided by dozens of bottles of wine I wasn't there to share. We're divided by happy birthday FaceTimes instead of happy birthday hugs, and sending birthday gifts to their babies in the mail. Signing the cards I cannot wait to watch you grow, knowing it will be through a screen. I swear I still feel like we're just kids, and now they have kids of their own, and I am missing all of it. We're divided by expensive flights and missed calls and will you be home for Christmas texts, and hoping to make it to the next one replies. I'm seeing engagement rings and photos instead of in person, wishing with every bone in my body that I had the luxury of just stopping by on a whim, being around for not just the big things but the small things, joining that random Thursday night dinner with the friends that feel like home, the friends who live at home. I don't live at home. The house I grew up in still stands tall, and my mom still answers the landline. My childhood bedroom, exactly as I left it, me a different person every time I sleep there because of the distance between the times I make it home. Although I use the word home to describe two places now. And when my friends ask, do you think you'll ever be back for good, while we hug in the driveway before I leave again for the airport, my answer has varied over the years, but I think I've always known I'd be a long-distance friend forever. And it never gets easier. It never gets easier. And you never know exactly where you feel at home.
So,
Okay.
so it's really that last part for me of like I think
Let it out if you need to.
I think it's the knowing I was never going to be in Indiana forever. Like I've always known that. And I think and it is the like saying bye to everybody like when I have to leave and like not knowing what to call home and like all those kinds of things. And like it is like everything is only through. Oh my god. I didn't want to do this on the first
Hey,
back.
you gotta let it out.
But and it is like everything is through a screen. I mean this podcast and I've been like almost like at least once a week, if not more, like me and Sam have been FaceTiming to watch Vampire Diaries together because we're like taking that trip for her birthday. So we've been doing that, which I've absolutely loved. Like it really has been like filling a big part of my heart, but it's also made this topic so hard because in my head I'm like this is all it's going to be. Like this is the most it's going to be,
Damn.
except for the few times I do come home or if she visits here. And it's like made me miss it more because I so bad sometimes want to be like, okay, we're done like watching for the night. Let's go get like ice cream or something, but I can't. Like it just is going to end with an ended phone call.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's just been like hitting me a lot more lately. And I've just been like really like kind of like struggling with it. But I know it's also never going to be different because I'm probably never going to live back in Indiana unless like some, crazy thing, like crazy something happens and I come back, but or like have to come back, but and even Sam, I sent her that video too cuz I literally watched it right after we had just gotten off of FaceTime.
Oh
And I
man.
sent it to her and she even was like, you never grew up saying like this is your home and you're going to stay here forever. Like you grew up wanting to go other places. And she was like, I think deep down, everybody who knows you knew you weren't going to stay.
I mean, remember when you road tripped like constantly in college?
Yeah. Yeah. So like it was something I think we all always knew and I always knew. But like she said, it's never going to get easier. Like if anything, it's going to get harder. Because people are going to get married and have kids and have all these big life events, and either I have to spend so much money to come do it or take time off, which isn't always possible, and then just leave again, or I can't afford it or take the time off and can't be there, or I have to pick and choose what I go home for. So that's kind of been like an overarching like not bad. I don't even want to call it a bad, but just like something I've been trying to, I don't know, like manage and
Work
come
through.
to some, yeah. Um, so yeah. Wow.
Well, damn. I mean, that's real shit. I mean, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, Like, I mean, anybody who probably relates more to that, like, extroversion or how, like, we've talked in the past about, like, your preferred, like, love languages or, like, intimacy, like, styles or needs, and to then be long distance from most of the people you're close to, like, of course you can get a lot of those needs met with the people, Dylan, the people you see every day, but to not have that contact with close people regularly, I mean, good God, a lot of people are dealing with that. So that's really real. And to like realize the struggle and then trying to balance that with like knowing that you can't just do something to make it easier. Like it's not a simple fix like that, but being aware of it so that you can start, I don't know, like a little, $20 a month like flight fund for like impromptu, something like that. Or
Yeah.
I know we've talked in the past, like setting up like if like you have free time over the weekend and you're gonna want to like see people, like setting up that like FaceTime in advance, like to make sure it happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still a screen, but the one thing I like about the long distance kind of relationships that I've started noticing honestly, kudos, Mom. I know she listens. Also, this balloon was from her, so thanks, Mom. Didn't blow it up when you sent it to me, but it's being used.
Look at it now.
Exactly. When she moved away, and then like when she comes for like a 2 to 3 day long visit, every X amount of months, you know, is what she's trying for. I realized like how nice it is to get that like more quality time all at once to like really kind of like bond more.
Yeah.
It's not just like superficial like the day-to-day stuff that I feel like a lot of like close like physical close proximity relationships have. So I don't know, I think it's different, but there are some pros and cons.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's, I mean, that's so like I didn't really relate to it as much when you sent it to me, but now that you're like explaining it, it's like, oh yeah, wow.
Yeah. And like I think the reason like that video specifically like made me feel such a certain way, I think is because I've never really been able to articulate it that well about why it like bothers me so much other than I miss my people. Which yeah, duh, but like I think that video just so like I mean every feeling I have about it, that video was just able to, like she just said it all so perfectly. And I think so then like that got me thinking about it a lot more and like why I get so like upset about it. But yeah, I told my therapist about it and I said, sometimes I just want to send you all of these TikToks because they articulate the things better than I feel like I can sometimes. And she was like, just send them to me then. I'll watch them and, write a note down. I was like, okay, great. Because
like this means you are diagnosed with. No,
right. Because I mean, I send Dylan things all the time to articulate things I'm trying to like say or what I mean, but I don't know the words to use. And so I'm just all the time like, watch this on your own time. Watch this not around me. And then we'll talk about it.
Come up with your thoughts and be prepared.
Right.
To discuss.
So yeah.
I mean, but hey, yeah, I get that.
So anyway, so again, I don't want to call it a bad because it's just something I'm like working on and it's not like something that's like a bad all the time. But something I have been like focused on, both like by myself and like with my therapist.
Well, okay.
So yeah.
Well, glad you're working on it.
Yeah.
Well, what would your good be?
Oh my god. Okay, I have a lot, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, so as far as like
we teased one of them.
I did, and I'm gonna save that one for the last one.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Oh.
Teaser.
Was that cute? Probably not.
It like glitched.
Of course. Okay. So as far as like what I did this summer, honestly, I dog sat like a lot, and which was both great money wise, got to hang out with some pups. They were all good, but also like it did honestly become kind of exhausting of like not being in my own home for so often, and just like taking care of other people's pets and being in their home and stuff, which was like fine. Like I didn't have a bad time at all. It just was a little bit more than I was expecting, but I loved hanging out with the pups. I made some good money. Read a lot of books. Sat by my pool a lot. I did start school, which like that kind of sucks. But I really feel like we have like 2 good classes this year, which like I'm excited about. So we just had our first full week with kids, and so Monday will be our second full week of like actually getting in like curriculum and stuff like that. So right now I'm saying we have 2 good groups of kids. I'll let you know next time we record if that still stands. But the best thing that has happened is me and Dylan got a kitty cat. His
Oh my
name
God.
is Clyde.
Clyde. Welcome, Clyde, to the pod, fam. Woo!
Yes. So we've had him now about a month, and he is about 4 months old, 4.5 months old right now. He just went to the vet and he's gained 2 pounds since we got him. So he's 5 pounds, mostly in his ears. You'll see. Um, some things about Clyde. He's an orange cat. So, orange cat behavior is a real thing. He loves a butt scratch. He loves a cheek scratch. He loves to play fetch. Like, he will actually like go get the ball and bring it back to us. And he'll do that till he gets tired. He loves to lay in his hammock and either sunbathe, or he loves to watch the rain from his hammock. He loves to drink water, not out of his water bowl, but out of like our human cups. He eats dinner off of our coffee table when we're eating dinner. Like, it's in a bowl, but like,
Oh. Bad.
I know.
Once he gets big, you're gonna regret that.
Yeah, probably. That's all right. He loves to sleep at the top of my head, and our morning routine is when I'm peeing in the morning, he takes a little nap in my lap, and then he plays in the water when I brush my teeth, and he bites at the bristles of my brush when I brush and do my hair. We call him Sir Clyde when he has his bow tie on. So get that right.
Get it right.
Else?
Sir Clyde.
He's such a good hunter. He hunts me all the time. And he's just honestly a really good cat. Like, he really is. He doesn't really scratch up our furniture. He only like does when he's like climbing. So like, whatever that's going to happen. He doesn't like scratch at us. He doesn't like bite us unless we're like playing with him, which that's our own fault. And he just really is like a good cat. I wonder if I can like pan over to him. He's sleeping right now, so I don't really want to like.
We'll probably insert footage. Probably.
Okay. Yeah,
if you're listening, go look, and hopefully it's there.
Yeah, and if he wakes up, I'll like show him to you guys, but I don't want to disturb him. He's so cute. But we are absolutely in love with him, both Dylan and I.
Hell yeah.
We're obsessed, and you will be too when you see him. He is so long too. He's like insanely long, and he just keeps getting longer. He's not getting fatter. He's just getting longer.
Hopefully we'll insert the photo that she showed me, because he did look very long.
Yes, and I'll try to get like a picture of like him like on all fours, like super long. But yeah, I don't shut up about him. I don't shut up period nowadays, but like I don't shut up about him. No, seriously, like I need people to be like, okay, I get it.
Well, we're gonna.
I see why people are like this with their kids.
But we are very happy that Shelby and Dylan have welcomed their kitty son to their family. Or at least, okay, I don't know if you guys are saying that yet, but I mean,
what
would you say
about
that
our family?
Your child?
Yeah, no, like he's our child. Yes, he is our son.
Great. Perfect. That's what I said. I was just making sure. I didn't speak for you guys.
I birthed him.
She's already going there. Whoa. She's had him for like 2 days.
A month.
4 weeks, sorry. So yeah, we are glad to welcome Clyde. Yes. And if there wasn't footage here, it will definitely be on the Instagram.
Yes,
so,
of course,
and the TikTok
on the
and everything.
Same page.
So go check it out if you haven't already. Oh my god, yay. Well, shoot, do you have any more bad good stuff you want to cover?
No, it was mainly Clyde. The other stuff was just fluff, Okay, even that crying segment, I just had to throw something. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
She's like, I faked it.
I'm totally kidding. I can't.
We were all like, we're authentic, and she's like,
no, those were real. Those were real, embarrassingly enough.
Oh, but... I know. Can you really like fake cry? Like, I can't.
I can, but not that quick.
Like, there's no way I could do it and like also lie and like present like
no.
Like, I would maybe be able to get myself to cry on command, but like I wouldn't be able to like have a speech prepared.
No. I can definitely get the tears. Like, I could probably right now, but I couldn't do the whole like the like I can't, obviously. But
well, good. Okay, so we know she wasn't faking. We cleared that up.
No, that shit actually hit me real hard.
Ladies wanting to say hello.
Hi, lady. June still has her
Hi.
dogs.
If she fucks up this whole setup, that will be bad. Hi, baby.
And now you guys
Hi.
can see hers. I know you've seen her in pictures, but that's her.
Lady. Oh, you can probably hear her.
ASMR.
Okay, well, she checked us out and she said she doesn't need it. She doesn't need that in her life. She says, I am not impressed by you.
Okay, bitch. Okay.
So yeah, lady has an attitude, so
Yes, she does.
you'll know.
I can't get over
Okay.
your setup. It looks so good.
I'm just ready to do the rest of the room. Because yeah, if I didn't say it's not all done. I did get to the point of that punchline, right? Like,
yes, yeah.
Because half the time I don't.
Yours just looks so profesh.
Well, if I can do one thing right, it's interior design.
And if I can't,
That's it.
it's interior design. So bad.
If I could have been there to help, that would have been great.
Come on down.
All right. Well, should I delve into mine?
Yes. Now that I talked forever, go for it.
Well, let's see. Okay. So I don't think I've really told Shelby much of this.
Probably not.
But basically, I feel like half of my time away has been like consumed by health bullshit. Which, are we that? Oh, is that an omen?
Probably.
An omen?
It's like, all right, bitch, we're going down. Here we go.
Death is all around us. Well, oh, here, get this. Cute. All right. Well, the balloon's just gonna hang out over here for the rest of the show. Okay. Right here. If it would just stay, that would be sick. Okay. So what was I saying? I'm gonna die. Oh, right. So, I mean, obviously, we all knew that I was working on finding health answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't found any.
Good.
But we're working on it. So, no. Basically, I feel like we've found progress with some things, have decreased in progress with others, but I feel like I'm getting answers. I kind of want to wait to share like what I think is actually going on until it's a little bit more figured out. But I think we're on to some good leads. And so we're exploring. I have been
Do you want to say what specifically? Or do you want to wait on that as well?
So I guess just aspects of things I've dealt with for either years or like my whole life. And it's usually like little stuff like stomach issues or hearing or like just random little stuff that I've either always had, like I said, or more recent years have just been like exacerbated. Like everything is just kind of like having its own moment. And
Rude.
So yeah, there's been like different things like inner ear stuff that's gotten way worse. There's been the stomach, like digestive stuff is way worse. I just have at times, it's not every single day or every single week, but like at times, like half the week is taken up by just feeling miserable and doing only the bare minimum. And
that just makes everything obviously harder.
Right. And then I push people at work because if I can, I do that. It does seem like this keeps falling around like work days, which is a weird new occurrence.
Is that your body telling you something?
Is it? Time will tell. So I don't know. It's just been like a pain in the ass. Like it feels like I get one step ahead just to go like 3 steps back. And physically. So, but that's where like I do feel like the there's pros. I mean, I feel like it's all headed in a good direction. At least I do have like flexibility with my job that I can move people, and that I have a good like clientele who wants me to feel okay when I do their hair.
Yeah.
Because that's what we both deserve, right?
Yes.
um so, it's just been hard to like kind of like cope with all that like while I'm trying to make so much like progress. But I also feel like part of what that's taught me is that like you can only focus on what you can do right now.
I think that's like a big thing that like will protect your mental while you're going through something physical, because it's so easy that your physical problems fester into your mental problems,
Mm,
obviously. But like
yeah.
exactly what you said, I feel like is a good way to protect your mental,
Yeah.
at least
And
as much as
so
you can.
and I feel like that's kind of why like partially why I needed a break with the pod. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've just kind of taken a break from like anything non-essential like over the summer, and it's been really nice. Because then that gives me time when I do feel okay to go out and do fun stuff because I'm not doing all the other stuff I usually am doing. So with that, I've done a bunch of like fun stuff this summer, and like we've like I don't know, we've been very active. Like I've gotten a lot of like sunshine. I in recent like weeks have been doing a ton around our house, which like I think like revamping down here has kind of like inspired a lot of that. But it's stuff that like is helping us to like function better too. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
not just to like look cute. It's like gonna organize stuff for us, and like, so that we can have like better routines and like not have clutter everywhere in certain spots and stuff like that. So it's
Well, and
like,
like finishing these projects is going to give you that serotonin.
uh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, look at this. Look at this. It's super
It's
cute.
giving me serotonin. It's not even
I
mine.
liked it enough that I even painted some more, It's like I don't even like doing that stuff. So yeah, I feel like that's all been good. Like some of the stuff we've been up to. Did I tell everybody we joined a softball team?
Yes, because
Okay, right.
you've got hurt multiple times before we stopped the podcast.
Oh, got it. That tracks. Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I didn't like completely love my entire experience with the softball team in hindsight,
Is it over?
but it's over. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel like that was so
Oh,
fast.
no, it didn't feel that fast to me. I was pretty ready for it to be done. um because yeah, it wasn't always like the most fun. Like I still overall am very glad that we did it, like both of us are. Would I do it next year? TBD. um
Okay.
I think we both would like consider doing it again, but maybe like a different team.
Mm.
Just
So it
just
was the team, not the actual like doing it.
Pretty much. Yeah. And it's
Okay.
not to say that like there was anything really bad, like nothing like that. It's just like I want it to feel a little bit more like team based if I'm going to commit to the thing, because it didn't feel like the whole team had really like committed.
Mm.
But that's okay. It's just a rec team. So I'm still really glad we did it. I feel like I learned a lot. I had fun getting out and like being active like during summer evenings and like meeting new people and stuff like that. So that was really good. I'm assuming then that I've talked about boxing too on here.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So
Not
like
like I feel like it's been a long enough time that you could like give us an update about how you
a
feel.
refresh. Well, yeah, so like, I don't know, off and on. Well, there was only like one, like the start of softball season, I wasn't going. But other than that, pretty regularly, like once a week, I go to like a boxing like workout class with my friend. And then we usually like go out and get like coffee afterwards, which is a nice like
That's
weekend
nice.
treat. And because we
Mhm.
like go really early in the morning sometimes. So it's like, why the fuck else would I be incentivized to do this? Not getting coffee afterwards. She looked at me yesterday morning, like when we had just gotten to the class, and she was like, "You can do coffee after this, right?" I was like, "Girl, yes." I was like, "If I'm
That's an
here, we should just
unspoken
assume
like
that I'm available for coffee." I was like, "I would have bailed on this if I can't do coffee." So that's been like really fun, but I'm really enjoying the boxing, like to the point where I even like don't dread going entirely. Like the early morning sometimes sucks if like the week's been really
sure.
busy, but um I get such a good like release while I'm there. Like yesterday's class, I was like fucking fired up from, dude.
I love that.
So I'm preparing to just fully embrace it, and I have half a goal of becoming a coach, a substitute coach there someday, and we'll see.
That's
I have way too many goals.
amazing. No, I love that. And well, that's like something, if you're doing it anyway, why not? Like I feel
Right.
like that's not like you saying like, oh, I'm gonna do boxing and I'm gonna become an assistant coach for a soccer team. Like you're already like doing
right.
it and something
Right.
you like enjoy.
And that's like
I
in the
love that.
future. That's
Yeah.
like I've always wanted, as like when I have way more, like if I'm like semi-retired or like retired or something, like I would love to just like one day a week like coach a workout class, like partially for my own like activity, but
That's
we'll
amazing.
see. I'm putting that out into the universe.
When I love that
But
that's such a
mostly-
like not unconventional like thing to do, like boxing, but like it's not like, you know, the most common thing like that you hear like, oh yeah, for my workout I, you know, go to boxing. So that's cool.
Well, and I like that it's like it's kind of mentally stimulating, like while you're there. You're not just like
Mindlessly
running a treadmill.
Yeah.
Like you're putting in thought to like the moves. And yesterday I had the thought that it was almost like dancing, and that was kind of fun. And it kind of got me more like in the groove with it, like
You
in a
started
weird way.
moving your hips a little bit more.
Yeah, like moving my feet and my hips, because it's hard to connect all the different like things you're supposed to technically be doing in a sequence like that. So but yeah, so that's been really fun. And I feel like I meant to start the podcast by saying, like, in my synopsis of myself while we've been gone, is like, even with all the like hecticness that's been going on, I feel like mentally I'm like a completely different person than when y'all last saw me.
In a good way, right?
In a good way. Yeah.
Good.
Like I feel like I've been able to feel overall mostly at like a higher level, like emotionally, than I usually feel. And when I have a low, which they've still been happening,
Well, sure.
like those didn't go away.
You're delusional if you think that's just gonna stop.
Right. Like those are for life.
Yeah, yes.
But I handle them way better. I have like I don't know, I feel like over a year, because I hit my therapy anniversary too, which means you're probably coming up on yours.
Yeah.
I hit mine like about a month ago, or maybe like just a little bit less than that. And I just feel like overall, all the stuff I've been working on is like finally starting to really take effect in the brain. And then I see it like outwardly. So we're getting there.
Do I say it? Is June? Is she thriving?
I would say no. But I always say I would. I'm not. So
I think she is.
We're getting there.
Is she thriving more than she was a year ago?
Oh,
yes.
Well, I'm thriving more than I was like a month ago. Yes. I'm definitely thriving more each day. But you know,
and that's what matters.
Yeah. So it's all good, and I'm really excited for where we're taking this podcast. Yes,
me too. Very excited. What a good transition.
Should we tell that? I know. It's like I'm a professional. Well, when I have this backdrop, I am.
You really look like the podcasters I see on fucking TikTok.
Do you see this light? I have a light back here.
Yes.
I stole it from my sister.
Still.
Thank God everyone's helping me. My mom with the balloon, my sister with the light. I was like, I texted her, I was like, can I indefinitely borrow one of your lights? Because they have like 8 of these. I was like, they're not using them.
Well, tell her to ship me one then.
Shelby, you're up.
That's you, girl.
Okay, yeah. That's you. So where do we want to take it? I think we should. Okay, this should be a quick discussion of your idea that you told me about.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Also, P.S. Sorry that I keep like looking over here. That's where Clyde is, and so I just
I
keep
knew
looking
that.
at him and just checking on him.
I knew that. Whether the pod knows.
Well, now the pod knows. He's in his hammock right now, and he's napping. But I just keep looking at him because I can't help myself because I'm obsessed. Anyway.
Oh no, he's good. Light's here.
Oh, hi, Light.
Okay, well, he's trying to play, so. He's. Okay, I can't do tug of war right now. Shit.
I feel like that's your fault.
My fault? I just was trying to get him in the frame. Okay, anyway. So yeah, tell us about your idea. Because I had new thoughts and I felt like we could workshop it really quick on the pod, like to get everybody intrigued.
I love. Okay. So after we did
Oh.
What?
I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh.
Your other idea.
Which one?
The one like where we like what we're doing.
Oh, okay. I just have so many ideas that
she can't even figure them out.
I just get them mixed up. Sorry. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we're on the same page. We weren't, but now we are.
We cleared that up.
If I had a dick, I'd have a boner. What?
Giving you sexual energy?
It just felt really good. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. Woo! I think I got it kind of. Wow. Okay.
Damn,
I feel like a whole new lady. Anyway. Okay.
She's like, we gotta restart this podcast. A new rebirth.
Okay. So my idea was that I think it would be a lot of fun for, well, I was really thinking about myself in general.
She kind of cares about you guys too.
Yeah, a little bit in June,
A little.
you know. But but no, I thought it would be really fun for us and like for us just in general, but also like to get you guys involved. You guys. That was cute. You didn't even see it. I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking fight you.
I was looking at my cute dog. Does that make it okay?
Fair. I would too.
Thank you.
Okay, anyway. But like to get you guys involved and like for us to like something for us to do even within like our friendship and like, you know, just in general. And I don't know if we decided if it's going to be like a Shelby and a June thing or a Shelby and or June thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to be an us thing or a separate thing. So,
okay.
But at the beginning of the month, either as a podcast or as individuals with our podcast, we are going to kind of like start something at the beginning of the month, whether it's like a book, a TV show, a movie, a, you know, yoga or stretching or breath work, like just something that we're going to start at the beginning of the month that you guys can like do with us and that we can do with each other. And at the end of the month, we're going to talk about it. Almost like a book club, but it can be anything, you know? Yeah. So at the beginning of the month, we'll tell you like what we're going to do. You can do it with us during that month. We might give like little updates throughout the month, but then at the end of the month, we're going to do like a big talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So what do you think?
So yeah, just kind of like a what we did this month like segment. Like we should workshop some titles. So guys, give us your ideas if you have any. But yeah, so she had like told me this idea, and then the more I was thinking about it, like I was having my ideas because she like started it very much like about like reading or shows or movies, like when she was telling me. And so that kind of sparked in my head like a lot of content I like on the web, the internets, is about like people trying things like productivity wise or like for forming habits or like for whatever the fuck you want it to be for X amount of time.
Yeah, with like such low commitment and such low like stakes. And like, right. you know,
because we all forgive each other here.
Right. Like, and you have a community human. Trying it too. And, you know, not everybody's going to like succeed like in their definition of it, like, and that's fine. It's
Right.
like for funsies, and if you end up loving whatever it
Mhm.
is we do that month, you can, guess what? You can keep going and keep doing it.
Well, and yeah, we want like input from you guys, like what you want to see us do, and like we will or we
Mhm.
won't. Like it's up to us. But basically, my thought was like, I think we should each pick like our own thing, and like
Mhm.
we can collaborate on it when we want, like when it feels right. But like, kind of to cover our like instead of our super shout outs, maybe kind of, or maybe like we do the super shout outs like in our like monthly like vibe, but
I like that. Yeah.
kind of like bringing in that stuff, like that element into it, like whatever we're both really vibing, like we kind of bring that into this idea. And so I thought we could each kind of start it off doing, each of us, so something we're like consuming, so a show, a
Mm.
movie, a product, like a service,
A
like
book.
anything like that.
Yeah.
A book, yeah. And then something we're doing. So that could be like literally eating breakfast this month because I want to work on that. Or like it could be like cleaning my house like 10 minutes every day, or like something like that. But yeah, what do you think? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that a lot. Cuz like,
Because it's kind of like working on ourselves, like 1% better every day kind of a vibe.
yeah. And like, I like that too, because obviously, like, not everybody consumes things at the same speed. So like, say like I did pick a book or a TV show or whatever, I might finish it way faster than everybody, and everybody else is finishing at different speeds, or I might not even get through it in the month, and you might not, or somebody may finish
Right.
it in a day or whatever. So it's like nice to also have something that we're doing. So like at the end of the month, we can talk about the thing we're consuming and talk about how we feel about it, regardless of where you're at in that thing. But then the doing thing, we know in an idealistic world, if we're all perfect, we are doing that thing every day or whatever we say.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Well, start thinking about what you
Yes.
want for yours. I've already been thinking about what I want for mine so that we can, like have our, I don't know, beginning, end of month, like whatever feels right. Like we're just going to throw them at you guys when
Yeah.
they happen. So
Yeah.
I'm
So,
excited
like,
for that.
Probably what? Like September will be our first.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, do you already know what you wanted, like some of those, or do you want to like workshop it, or do you want to wait on that?
I want to think about it a little bit more.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
I'm not like
can I
ready
tell
to...
you what I want my doing one to be, just to get you inspired?
Yeah.
Because this is something I've already been working on all year. But I
Okay.
think this is gonna get me to do it because I got you guys to hold me accountable to some degree.
Yeah, because
so I'm
you
gonna
have
make
to be able to come back in a month and be able to talk about it.
because if I do like 2 out of 30 days of what I said I was gonna do, I look like a flake.
Yeah, and
that's
I'm gonna
okay,
call you
but-
out on it, and I hope they call you
And
out on it.
It's okay. Like it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just
Well,
means
right.
like I have to own up to it. And do I want to do that? I would like to at least hit 50% of like whatever my goal was.
Yeah.
So what I think what my like what I'll be doing like the first time we do this is like 30 days straight of like my morning routine.
Mm.
And then so we'll like talk about what that means like when we get there, but because when I
Okay.
bring up the morning routine stuff that I've been really working on that at work to my clients,
Mhm.
they always are like, tell me more, because like everybody I feel like is working on shit like that, like routines,
Mhm.
but like flowing, like not being so rigid. And that's been what's hard is for me, I need a routine, but it can't be exact because I won't do it. If I'm not in the mood to do it that way that day, I won't do it. So it needs to be something I can kind of flow within to do it regularly. So yeah, I'm
Love
excited.
it. Okay. Yeah, I will think about it, and I'll probably have something. Well, I will have something by when we do it. But
Hell yeah,
yeah, because I want
Okay.
them to be good, and I want them to be realistic for
Mhm.
myself. So
Sweet.
yeah,
Well, she's gonna work on that. You guys, your homework is to think about either books, shows, movies. I even had the idea. Maybe we cut this. So your guys' homework is to figure out what you want us to watch, to read, to do, to see, to be, to lead. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but you get it. You get it.
I was like, we're getting a little. Where are you going? Where are
Just
you going
whatever
with
you
this?
want.
Yeah, we definitely want you guys to be like involved in it, like not just
Mhm.
doing it with us, but we want you to be like giving us ideas at the end of the month. We want you to like be like DMing us on Instagram or typing in our like comments on Spotify or on YouTube or whatever, like saying like how yours went, what you did, and we can even like again, we could cut this, but I really wanted it to be a community thing.
Well, go on YouTube and comment there for sure, because we can be
Yeah,
really
definitely.
engaging in the comments there if we want to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, do it on
Yeah.
Instagram, do it on TikTok, do it wherever you want. But that can be a new, at least in the meantime, like go right on there,
Mhm.
because we can real time kind of like message you back. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I also want you guys to be able to talk to each other too.
yes,
Like
yeah, and
rather
be
that
friendly, or we'll delete it.
exactly. And then I'll fight
Period.
you.
Mm-hmm.
But rather, yeah, that's in like YouTube comments, Instagram comments, or if we do a live like chat or whatever, I want it to be all of us together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Together.
We're all in this together.
Oh
Once
God.
we know
Well,
that
shit.
we are new start and we see now.
I better not start. Well, on that note, maybe we should wrap it up. We do have more in store for you guys. We're working on some
Yes.
other cool things, some other themes. Definitely
Segments.
in regard to the things we've talked about since day one, which is like real shit. So we're still here for that. Keep it all coming. Tell us what you want us to talk about if you have something, and we're gonna keep coming at you.
Yes, we are.
Whether you like it or not.
Happy, silly, deep, sad, mad, all of it.
Mm-hmm. And we're on video and you can see it now.
Yes.
Whether you want to or not.
Yeah. So you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can catch us on Amazon Music.
I think like almost every
Anywhere you
digital
get your
platform for
podcasts.
streaming podcasts. Yes.
And on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Let's clarify. You don't
We
have
hope.
to only see our video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You will be able to see the video on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts.
We're figuring it out. If you are on those platforms and you can't see it,
Tell
it's not
us.
there yet, but it will be. It'll depend on, honestly, a lot of these platforms don't have the best capability of it yet, so we'll just see.
Well, at least Spotify, right?
It should be, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so it should for sure. You can like literally watch or listen on Spotify. But then if you like just listen to it, but you're like, I want to see these bitches, you can go to YouTube and watch the video as well. And yeah, tell your friends about it. You can share it with them. And we're fucking back, baby.
We're back, baby! And we'll catch you next week.
Yes. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.